that like button, y'all, that share button, y'all subscribe to the channel. Also, to y'all donate, don't hate guys. But anyway, guys, my Instagram right here, y'all follow my Instagram, y'all. Code.manxx. This is my Instagram right here, y'all. Code.manxx. We got over 1,000 videos over there, man. So we moving. We ain't playing no games. You know what I'm saying? I love this, man. But anyway, we're finna get into it, guys. 10 signs you don't love yourself. Alright, guys? A lot of y'all probably, you maybe don't not knowing that you don't love yourself, or you're not showing yourself that self-love, but we're finna get into it so you can hear these signs. Alright, guys? Number one, you let people use you. This sign that you don't love yourself, guys. When you allowing people to just use you and, you know what I'm saying, every time they need something, you allow them to use you, and they never hit you up randomly. Like, it's no genuine connection. It's like they always only hit you up when they want to use you, right? They basically in opportunities. This is a sign that you don't love yourself, guys. Stop allowing these people to use you. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says faith without works is dead. So they gotta put in the work like you put in the work. If they don't want to put in the work, then that's on them. God got them in that position for a reason. God got everybody at a certain income. God got everybody at a certain narrow path or a certain experience, experience in certain things for a reason. God, I like a Billy talk, guys. But yeah, guys. This is something that you don't love yourself, man. Stop allowing these people to use you. Stop allowing these leeches, these vultures, these succubus spirits, these Jezebel spirits to use you, guys. Because like I said, man, the average person, they don't care nothing about you. They're just trying to see what they can get out of you. How can they manipulate you? All right, guys? This is a sign that you don't love yourself, all right? Number two, you put yourself last. This is another sign that you don't love yourself. You put yourself last. In every single situation, you putting yourself last. Like, guys, stop putting yourself last in, you know what I'm saying, in these different situations, guys. You know what I'm saying? When it's your turn to win, when it's your turn for your breakthrough, it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to take a back seat, right? You can be happy about your achievements. You know what I'm saying? You can you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. Because a lot of people, like, they think that if they get happy about their achievements, they're not being humble and all that type of stuff. No, it could be just a lack of self-love. You know what I'm saying? Or just anything, guys, in particular. Like, for an example, it's like you allow people to, like, just you know, something is supposed to go to you, but you get it to somebody else. Stop, because you're trying to make them happy, right? Because you don't want them to think negative of you. Guys, man, it ain't about what other people think, guys, but this is something that you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? When you think about what other people think about you, guys, that's something that you don't love yourself. And you put yourself last, you putting them before you, right? Guys, you need to start putting yourself second, right? And put God first, right? You know what I'm saying? But stop putting people before you, guys. It's something that you lack self-love. You put yourself last in so many different situations. It's a lot of guys putting themselves last in relationships and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, you know, it's a lot of women, they putting themselves last in relationships. Stop putting yourself last. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't supposed to be like an equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't supposed to line up. It's supposed to be like 50-50, right? You know what I'm saying? But you guys gotta understand that, man. Stop putting yourself last. Excuse me. Number three, guys. This is another sign you don't love yourself. You stay in unhealthy relationships. Guys, when you stay in unhealthy relationships, this is a sign that you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You keep complaining, telling other people about your situation, crying and all that type of stuff, but you're not making a move. You're not getting out of that relationship. Guys, it's a sign that you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people they feel like they're stuck in unhealthy relationships because they invested a lot of time and they invested a lot of, they emotionally attached, right? They put that person before them. They put that person before even God. You know, they emotionally attached to that person. You know what I'm saying? They detached themselves from God. Now they're attached to man or woman on this planet, right? And this is why you can't lead these unhealthy relationships, because y'all giving all y'all got to a person instead of God. If you put God first, you can lead unhealthy relationships. But a lot of y'all not doing that. Y'all putting God last, man. Or God nowhere in the relationship, guys. And this is how y'all end up stuck in unhealthy relationships. All right, guys? But this is a sign that you don't love yourself. Number four, guys. You complain instead of taking action, guys. When you complain instead of take action, this is a sign that you don't love yourself, man. You feel like when you procrastinating about, you know what I'm saying, should I do this or should I not? Should I level up or should I not? Or you just going around talking about it, right? You talking about it, right? Man, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do that. I'm about to be a content creator. I'm about to go to school for nursing. I'm about to go to school to be a lawyer. I'm about to go to school to be an engineer, a doctor. Whatever you want to do, right? You got to go to school to do that, right? But you just all talk. You don't put it into action. Guys, that's what's going to destroy your dreams, right? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people, bro. They just all talk. You know what I'm saying? And they got pure intentions and they got skill, but it's all talk. This is a sign that you don't love yourself, guys. You afraid to take that next step. Living in fear, guys. You gotta believe in God, and you gotta have God working in your life so that perfect love can cast out all fear. All right, guys. So you guys gotta understand that, man. You gotta love yourself, man. Number 5, you constantly need attention from others. This is not something that you don't love yourself, guys. You constantly need attention from other people. It's like if you don't get that validation that's outside of yourself, guys, you feel like your life is not complete. You feel like that void is not filled in your life. It's like you always need attention from your mom, from your dad, from your brother, from your sister, from school, or whatever the case is. You got to show up in school because you need that attention. And it could be because you lacking a parent in your life and all that type of stuff. But this is a sign that you lacking self-love. You know what I'm saying? When you secure with yourself, you don't need validation from the world. You don't seek validation that's outside of you because you feel that the void is filled internally, right? God filled that void internally inside of you, so you don't need to do anything for attention. But if you're doing anything for attention, guys, this is a sign that you don't love yourself. You're lacking self-love. All right, guys, you always need that attention. All right? Another sign that you don't love yourself, you ignore personal achievements. This is another sign that you don't love yourself, guys. You ignore your personal achievements, like I was saying, guys. Like, you just all talk. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to put in the work, you slowful, you stagnant, or you just don't do it at all. You know what I'm saying? You put in the work every couple of months you want to go to the gym. You think you're gonna lose weight like that? Only every 5 months you'll go to the gym one time. You know what I'm saying? Every 5 months you'll go. You think you're gonna lose weight like that? No. Guys, man, you got to stop ignoring your personal goals, man. Because you lacking that accountability. See, and when it's time to do something that's gonna help you, why wouldn't you want to do something that's gonna help you? That's a lack of self-love, man. It's because you don't love yourself. Man, you gotta love yourself in this world. Nobody else will. I'm just telling you guys, everything is a reflection off of you, right? When you don't love yourself, you will attract people that don't love you. When you don't love yourself, you will attract people that's gonna disrespect you, right? That don't love you, right? That don't care nothing about you, all right? Because you don't care nothing about yourself, right? Number 7, guys, you avoid asking for help. This is another sign that you don't love yourself, guys. And I'm not gonna sit up and lie, guys. When it come down to me, guys, when it come down to my purpose, I don't ask for help because, it's just me and God. You know what I'm saying? My help come from the Lord, right? So I ask for help. So you know what I'm saying? So if you're not asking for no help from God, or if you're not asking for no help from other people or stuff like that, right? Guys, this is something that you don't love yourself. And you know you need that help. You know you can't do something by yourself, right? Like, for example, if I need help with something like really, really big around the house, I'm asking my brother to come and help me. I'm not afraid to say, hey, bro, come help me lift this or whatever the case is. If it's too big, you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. You got to be realistic, guys. But a lot of times, y'all don't do, some of y'all don't ask for help because you don't love yourself, all right? You feel like you don't deserve that help, all right? Number 8, guys, feeling uncomfortable being alone. This is another sign that you don't love yourself, guys. Feeling uncomfortable being alone, guys. And me, like, I felt uncomfortable being alone when I was like, early in my teenage years I did, but when I got in the 9th grade, I started like I backed up from relationships and I started being alone with myself. But if you feel uncomfortable being alone, you feel like God is not with you. See, God said He'll never leave you nor forsake you. He'll be there with you for always, even to the end of the world. So if you know God is in your heart, then you're not alone, right? But if you don't feel that presence, right, and you feel uncomfortable with being alone, it's because a lot of times you don't have God in your life, right? You haven't accepted God, right? Because when you are alone, you know for a fact that you're really not alone. You know what I'm saying? But this is a lack of self-love, guys, because you don't have the love of God in your life. You need the love of God in your life. So when you are alone, you don't feel like you're alone. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to practice being alone, right? You got to start being alone more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel uncomfortable being alone no more. I just don't, guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to take on the world. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to experience, right? Things by myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that. But if you feeling like uncomfortable being alone, guys, it's a sign that you lack self-love. Like you don't like being by yourself. Why wouldn't you? You know, sometimes you need to be by yourself. What's wrong with being by yourself? But a lot of people, they don't love themselves. That's why they find something wrong with it. They don't love them. They don't feel secure, right? See, that's a lack of self-love. When you don't feel secure by yourself, you feel kind of nervous, scared, you know, all this type of stuff. That's a lack of self-love, guys. All you need is God and you. That's all you need. All right, guys? But this time that you don't love yourself. Number 9, guys, you feel like you don't deserve success. This is another sign that you don't love yourself, guys. When you feel like you don't deserve success. You know, it's a lot of people, they feel like they don't deserve success, guys. They don't. And this is a sign that you lack in self-love. You don't feel worthy of making 10,000 a month, 20, 30, 100,000 a month, a million a month. You don't feel worthy of that. You know what I'm saying? So you don't feel like you deserve success. So you're not going to become successful, right? You know, most people, like I said, they take that one step, they'll get a regular job, but they want to do better, but they just get stuck, right? Because it's a reflection of their self-worth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or you don't love yourself like you supposed to be loving yourself, right? That's why you feel like that. But this is a sign that you don't love yourself, guys. Number 10, you edit yourself too much. Now, when it comes down to editing yourself too much, when it comes down to, you know, it's guys that edit themselves too, but it's a lot of females who edit yourself too much. You got to put on big old eyelashes, you know, these, excuse, not eyelashes. You got to put on these big old lashes, right? You got to put on makeup, you know, that don't even match your neck. Or you looking like the Mind Boys with this all this makeup on and all this tough stuff. You got to get BBLs, right? You know, you got to get implants in your breasts, all this type of stuff. This is something that you don't love yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you looking for validation. See, you looking for that attention, you know, that's outside of yourself because you don't love yourself, right? You don't feel like yourself is worthy of just you being you. You know, God created you to be you for a reason. But y'all want to be, you know, something else. You know, a lot of you women, y'all want to be like these insecure celebrity women. You know, a lot of these celebrity women are making you regular women insecure because you thinking, you know what I'm saying, it's going to get you a rich guy to save you, but you really, it's a lack of self-love. You don't love yourself. You don't feel like you can get rich. That's why a lot of you women are looking for a rich guy to save you. The women that got BBLs and all this type of stuff, that's why they got Silky spirit or Jezebel spirit, because they feel like they can't